What is up? What is up? What is up, y'all? It is another day, another time, and another week for Real Talk Monday. You all. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Y'all just don't know how excited I am. I have some good friends here with me on tonight to help me celebrate 2 years of Real Talk Monday. I got my host here with me, and I have some other ones in the background waiting to come on. Y'all never know what surprises y'all gonna get tonight. Y'all never know what announcements are gonna be made tonight or anything. So y'all definitely stay tuned. All right, let's hit it. And the next voice you'll hear after the theme song will be my host. Let's go. What is up? What is up? What is up? You all. It is another day, another time, and another week for Real Talk Monday.
What is up? 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 What's up with you? What is up? What is up? What is up? It's only up from here. What is up? What is up? What is up? Let's go. What is up? What is up? What is up? Real talk. Real talk. What is up? What is up? What is up? Real talk. Real Talk Monday. Tune in to Real Talk Monday with Reverend James H. Glover III, a godly show that keeps it real.
Hello. I am so excited to be here with you all on tonight for Real Talk Monday anniversary. Listen, when I tell you, when I met James, I was like, you can use my Zoom, you can use whatever you want. I know what you are saying and what you are doing, it has to get out. And I was so excited to be a part. I kind of call myself, a part of the charter people. Real Talk, We Talk Monday. I am so. I had my We Talk in there. I'm sorry, y'all. But Real Talk
I'm
Monday.
good.
Real Talk Monday. I am your host. I am Andrea Lynette Purry. I am going to be here with you for the long ride. Whenever I host anything, I always tell the people that I am your stewardess for the evening. We will go up a couple of kilometers. We might go up, into the galaxies, but it's all up to you. So if you can give me some feedback in the comments, if you can give me some participation in the comments, talk back to me. If you hear something you like, say what's up. If you hear something that you like, that's a good nugget, write that in the comments. So we need you to be a part of this Real Talk Monday experience, the anniversary show. And since I am the host for this evening, I do have a couple questions for my brother James. Like I said, James, I was in the background when you first started
Oh
out.
man, yeah, you definitely was. Now, I don't look, y'all. Before she goes any further, the reason why she is the host tonight is not only was she in the background as far as producing wise, but the first guest that Will Talk Monday slash Monday Movement ever even interviewed was this young lady right here.
Oh
And
wow.
so she really pushed me and made me who I am today. And I appreciate
Wow. Wow. I am so excited. Like I said, I can't say thank you enough for saying yes. And my first question is, so what made you start Real Talk Monday? And then when did you change the name too? Because I was like, hold on, it was a name change somewhere up in there.
it. So basically what happened was the name change, the name it started during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Everything started with PRL. I was doing
Mm-hmm.
that via
Mm-hmm.
Zoom for the longest. And I was thinking, and as I was thinking, I'm like, there's still something that is needed
Mm-hmm.
that, let's be honest, the younger generation, my generation, isn't really getting. So with them not getting it, then I have to try to provide it in some way. And as I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking, I started thinking about Real Talk Monday, or Monday Movement is what it was called.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Monday
Monday
Movement was
movement.
what it was originally. And what Monday Movement was about is was basically about having that real conversation where you keep it
Yeah.
widely, but you kind of break it down to where we can understand it as a generation as well. Like our generation can get it just like the older generation can get it. So
Okay, so can you talk about like what did you start it off by yourself or did you have a host first? How did that start off?
it started off as me solo. And when it started off as me solo, you came on as my first guest.
Uh-huh.
Then I had a few other ones come on as guests on the show.
Uh-huh.
And then
Uh-huh.
from there, Hope Davison came on as a guest. And right after that show, literally, I was getting phone calls from you and from one of my cousins that was watching the show in the background that was like,
Uh-huh.
y'all's chemistry was amazing. Like,
You need to
she
do
needs to come back. She needs to come back.
it.
And from there, she came back. She agreed to come back, and we rocked it out the best way that we could. We rocked it out for as long as we could,
Yeah.
and that was when the name change happened. Was I think we went about 5 months
Mm-hmm.
and called Monday Movement, and about
Mm-hmm.
that 6 month, we went from Monday Movement to Real Talk Monday, and
Okay.
it continued to grow from there. The brand continued to grow.
Okay. Well, I am so excited about this evening. I'm excited about talking to, our surprise guests and everybody who will come on. Um, I want to ask you one more question before we bring someone else in. What is God saying to you now about Real Talk We Talk Monday? We heard what he told you in the beginning, but what is he saying now?
What he's telling me now is we about to go even higher. He
Yeah.
said, you thought y'all was doing something before, you ain't
Yeah.
seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
Y'all wait until the end of the show until you see the announcement video at the end of some of the things that are about to drop off in 2023. Y'all,
Okay.
ooh, y'all just wait. Y'all just wait. Y'all thought Real Talk Monday went somewhere before, but we just getting started.
Just getting started. That's what I like to hear. Okay, let's bring our next guest in, James.
So we have my first co-host in the building. The very first co-host that I ever had. And Andrea has a bio that I gave her about Miss Hope
Yes.
Davison that I wanted read before Hope comes on the screen.
Hope Davison came to Real Talk Monday when it needed her the most. She came on as a guest and never left. She rocked with us for a year. During her time of being co host, we saw some good things happen. It was a lot of basketball talk, it was some hot topic talk. It was so much. So many good things came from this experience. The name change, podcast got started, t-shirts and masks were made. For that reason alone, we will always respect and have hope.
So first up, let me bring on my sister, Miss Hope Davison. How you doing, sis? How you doing, Hope? She should be coming off of her mute here shortly. Hold on. Y'all, she's up. She should be on here shortly. Y'all, we having a little technical difficulties, but we got it. We got it.
Yeah, she is in the building.
Yeah, she is definitely in the building, y'all. She is here. Trust me.
When we used to do Zoom,
Just waiting on her to come off of her.
there she go. When we
Yes.
used to do Zoom,
There she is.
this is exactly how she used to be. I
She
used to be
was
like,
the one that had the hardest time getting on the Zoom every time.
Listen, how are you all doing this evening?
doing good.
Oh, good grief. We are blowing up in the... Okay. We are good. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking.
We want to ask you a couple
So,
questions. Listen, I'm sorry, James.
no, go on
James,
ahead, sis. Go on ahead.
I just want to know, out of all the times that you and James came on and talked smack about basketball, what made you, you know, come so hard on them? I remember one show, I was like, they going in.
Because he thought he knew more than me.
And I do. And I do. And I do.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, when I tell you guys, if you have not gone back, hopefully, James, after this show, you'll go back and like rebroadcast some of those things.
Oh, yes. Definitely. Definitely. Some of them will be coming back. Trust me.
I loved your
Yeah,
chemistry.
for
Hope
sure.
you and James, y'all had, to me, it was like a match made in heaven. Literally, y'all had some real talk. I remember one of the conversations you guys talked about when you were talking about some issues and some things that you went through, and you got really, really transparent on one of the shows. Do you remember that show? And do you remember what I'm talking about?
It was probably a lot, but was it during COVID?
It was during COVID. It was during
Yeah.
COVID. It was during COVID. Do you remember?
I can't even remember exactly when.
I
What
do.
was it?
I
You
do.
remember, James? What was
What
it?
It
was
was the
it?
last episode before we changed the name to Will Talk Monday, and we basically went in a straight up worship mode in that
Yes.
episode.
Yes.
Like the atmosphere changed on that show. I remember that.
She don't even remember. She got the
Look, that's a
COVID
good.
brain.
That's
She
how
got the
you
COVID
know that
brain.
it was only God that did it. That was not planned.
She got the COVID.
I'm trying to remember which one. What
It was like
was I?
towards like the not the end of COVID, but it was towards the end of like y'all time, like almost. I think maybe you was on maybe like 3 more episodes after that. It was kind of like towards the end of you being on, but it was like you guys were both in a place that was really, really transparent, and y'all was just worshiping God, and y'all was talking about God, and it was really, really good. It was a good
I
episode.
remember that episode.
It really ministered to me, and I had to bring it up because it touched me to see. I'm not saying I'm old, y'all, when I say this, but when to see people in my generation, I say it like that, that love God. You can, talk, have y'all basketball talk, you can talk about stuff and, kind of Jones on each other a little bit, but still at the end of it all, y'all came back and the realness and the Monday movement of it all was back to God. And I love that about this show.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, James, I'm gonna let you have it because I just had to say that real quick.
Oh man, Hope. A lot of people don't know this, but Hope came on just as a regular guest. She was not coming on auditioning to be the co-host of the show. Like she came on as a regular guest, and as I said, like our chemistry was just so good that we had to keep her on during that time. Like she came in at a time when I needed her the most. It was like when she came onto the show, she brought a different viewpoint than what I was bringing, and
Yeah.
that's what I loved about it. And that's why I will always respect her and always have love for her with
Yeah.
everything in me. Like y'all don't even know, like the stuff that she and I went through trying to get this show started, trying to get this show off the ground
In a pandemic. Come on,
in a
somebody.
pandemic. Like y'all don't know the nights where we was texting each other all hours of the night trying to get this show to where it is now. So
Mm-hmm.
I knew doing this reunion episode, I had to reach back and grab her because at the end of the day, Will Talk Monday would not be what Will Talk Monday was without Hope Davidson.
You're gonna make me cry.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious, sis. Like, you came in when I needed you the most, when you came in at a point to where I could kind of de-stress, I could let go
Yes.
of some of this stuff of having to prepare the show on my own. You came with some ideas for the show that I wasn't thinking about. Y'all, let me tell y'all, the one that started us off with praying on the show at the beginning of the show was this one right here.
Yes.
We
And I
should
thank
have
God for
already
that.
been doing it, but
Yes.
this one right here, Hope started that off, and that's why I love it.
Yes. Hope, would you have any words that you want to say to James, or just one of your favorite memorable episodes?
I like them all. I will say that I like every episode I was in. I love them all, and I will say that it has been a pleasure and a joy working with him. The time I did work with him, I don't get on as I should watching the new people, but I always pay attention.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I want to tell him that continue to do what you're doing, continue to be a blessing to people, um, for greater is coming
Yes.
and the best is yet to come.
Yes.
I believe that. I believe that. And y'all trust and believe me. Hope will be on some more episodes. I will have her on some other episodes
I
here
will say
soon.
this: bring me on Tuesday. Just do a live video, because we're gonna get the Lakers and the Warriors,
Oh yes, definitely, definitely, definitely.
and we
Tuesday
get our
night,
ring.
y'all. Y'all never
Tuesday.
know. That might be a live on Tuesday night. I promise y'all, because the
Now
Lakers
that's
are
gonna
gonna stomp on them Warriors without a doubt. So
now it ain't gonna
We
be
get our,
Real Talk Monday. It's gonna be Turn Up Tuesday.
exactly, exactly, exactly. So y'all, like I said, I love her with everything in me. Like, without her, I would not be where I am right now. And I thank God for her and for her heart, for her obedience, for her yes to God, for coming on and being my co-host for the time that she was my co-host. And let me be honest with y'all, whoever the new co-host is, they have some big shoes to fill with Hannah and Hope as the ones that they are following. I promise
Yeah.
y'all, they have some big shoes to fill. But I promise y'all, with the ones that we have picked as the new co-host, I think that they're going to be able to fill those shoes and take
Yeah.
it to a higher level than we could ever even imagine. So
That's
I'm
right.
excited. I can't wait. I absolutely love Hope, and I thank God for her daily. We don't talk as much as we used to, but we definitely still got mad love and mad respect for each other.
absolutely,
Amen.
absolutely.
All right, Hope.
Well, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. It was good to see both of you all again,
Yeah.
and I pray continue blessings upon each of you.
All right. Bye bye.
Love
Bye.
you, sis.
All right, James. Who we got up next?
She isn't on yet. I'm messaging her now to let her know that she is up. But y'all definitely, like I said, enough couldn't be said about Hope. She definitely got everything started the way that it needed to go.
Yes, 2020. I would say this: when James was doing everything, um, I would say that I was excited to be a part because being in the house by myself, talking to my computer screen, going live like every other day, it literally kept me sane. And it gave me something to look forward to. And it kept me having connection. Because the one thing that I love about the people who James have introduced me to and being around Real Talk Monday is we have formed a community.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that I love about community is there's unity, and the bringing people together and filling every need, meeting every need, being the Acts church. Then that's what I'm all about, y'all. If y'all talk to me any amount of time, I'm gonna say it's all about meeting every need. So excited to be a part of this. I can't say thank you enough, James, for
No problem.
listening to God and obeying God and going on when you didn't know what to do, but you had a word.
True, y'all. There have been times, especially I can be honest and transparent while we're waiting on the next guest to come on. This last year, really, from April to now, has really been a okay, God, what do you want to do now? Because it's been a moment of uncomfort for me because I'm used to having that backup with me as a co-host, and it was like God allowed me a season of uncomfortability of okay, let me show you what I can do with you. And
Yeah.
I had to be obedient and go forward and where he wanted me to go. And it wasn't always easy. I'll be honest, y'all. It hasn't been easy, but I can honestly say I want to give a shout out to a couple of people who y'all will not see on here tonight. But there are two people besides Andrea, because Andrea helped me out during that time too, as far as praying for me and praying with me. But there was two other ones that really helped me out behind the scenes, and that was Say Bro. She was the first one that I was on the phone with when I found out that I had lost a co-host. She immediately went into prayer with me and told me I'm not giving up. And the last one would be Kay Brooks, Kayla Shine Brooks. Because if you listen to the Real Talk Monday podcast, there for a minute when I wasn't even going live, you heard her voice because she would come on with me and kind of be my anchor to kind of give me that backbone that I needed to kind of back me up. And I appreciate all of them for all that they did for me during that time.
James, come back just a little bit. There we go. There we go. There we go.
So I appreciate them for all that they did. And even during the midst of the co-host search, I'll be honest, I had to do a lot of praying during that time because at one point I thought I had found somebody, and then out of nowhere God took it away. God's like, no, that ain't who I got. And I'm like, but God, why are you taking this away from me? I thought this is what you wanted. And then I had to remember I didn't pray before I started this search. I just went with who I wanted. And God had to remind me it ain't about what you want, it's about what I want.
That's right.
And the next one should be on her way in. I think she logged in and then she logged right back out. She should be coming back. So y'all definitely, we appreciate y'all for walking with us. As I said earlier, um, Real Talk Monday does have merch that we are selling right now. We have the t-shirts out. Y'all definitely stay tuned and rock with us on that as we're waiting on the co-host, the last one, the next one to come in. As a matter of fact, we will play the commercial for the merchandise. That way y'all know what we got out here for y'all.
All right.
What is up, y'all? The Spin Award nominated Real Talk Monday officially has merch for sale. These t-shirts right here, you can get them in any color that you want. Plus, they are only $20 for a small to a large. Extra large is $30, and then shipment is only $5 extra. Message me in my inbox to find out more information on how you can order your t-shirt, and we will definitely get with you all right? Love y'all. Be blessed and be blessing to someone else. God bless. So definitely get with me on that. We have the first order, the first shipment has been sent out, and we're working on the second shipment now. Y'all bear with us. We went through a situation of where we had to change manufacturers. It was a business move that had to be made, and but y'all bear with us. I think now we finally have everything set up to where this situation won't happen anymore. So we're ready now, And we actually have our next guest on here, Miss Hannah. So, Andrea, I gave you a bio of Hannah to read as well.
All right. Hannah Irby came to Real Talk Monday when it needed her the most as well. She came on as a fill-in host and never left. She rocked with us for a full year. During her time of being co-host, we saw some good things happen. A live show was moved to podcast as well. Roots Facts was started. We started having weekly meetings. I love that one right there. Weekly meetings. For that reason, there will always be respect and love for Hannah.
Yep. So, y'all, last but not least, the next one that we're bringing up before we bring up anybody else is none other than Hannah.
Hey y'all.
Hey girl, how you doing?
So
I'm
let's clear
making
the air.
it.
Let's clear the air real quick because a lot of people think that because you left the show, there was some issues between me and you. There was never any issues between you and I when you left the show. It was always love and respect. So, sis, why don't you tell them why you had to leave the show
Well,
so
first
that
let
they
me
can understand?
apologize. I'm a little tardy. I got a new bundle of joy. So I left the show because I was pregnant and I had a lot of complications and that started taking over. And so I chose, instead of draining and hurting the show and not being able to give James 110% like I like to leave the show. I welcomed my little girl at 37 weeks.
Aw.
Isabella came in. And so that was a journey. I started going to the doctor. I had a lot of complications.
Mm. We appreciate you and all you do. Being a mother is so beautiful and it truly is a blessing. I want to ask you a quick question before James goes in. What made you say yes to James?
What made me say it? I've known James for a long time, years.
Definitely.
And the way he presented it to me, it was just a good opportunity, and I believe in what he's doing. And so the best way to believe in someone is to support him like you do.
Yes, yes. I agree with that wholeheartedly. What was one of your favorite episodes that you did with James?
We had so many. So we always had a good time. So it's hard to say a favorite episode because, like I said, we did the meetings and we were planning it.
I
But
love that.
James' favorite, his favorites. I always, like love editions. He loves to talk about love.
Yes,
So
Oh
it's a
my,
yes.
love
here you
episode was
go.
funny because I
Ain't
gotta be
nothing wrong
petty.
with that, James.
I
Ain't
gotta be
nothing wrong with
petty,
that.
and I enjoy being petty with him. Like that's just the apple of my day. So those were always my favorite because you never know. He would never stick to the script. He would just start
Never.
No, I
going.
would always go off the wire. I would always look.
Oh
He would
God.
text me in the background like, "Stay on subject, stay on the script, stay on the script."
Can I say
No, you're
something?
off script.
I got to say something because one thing that I can say that you brought to this show was structure. And with
Definitely.
James, he does like to go with the flow. And I think the flow has its place. But I love to prepare. I love to plan. I love to have meetings. I love to know what we're doing before. And when James told me that he started having weekly meetings, I think I was shouting
She was. She was.
because I had been telling him to do that. I was like, James, you need to meet at least. I think I told him at least once a month, at
Yeah,
least once a month or a quarter. Just,
yeah,
just,
and
just,
that's what
just,
we
just
ended
have some
up doing.
conversation.
Right.
Yeah,
But
and
I just want to say thank you for the bottom of my heart for being a part of the show and having that structure and that presence of organization because it's always needed when you're doing something like this.
Definitely.
definitely like when I tell y'all this one right here brought so much structure and took stress off of me. Y'all just
Yeah.
don't understand. Like, she would be the one that would text me and be like, let's go over the podcast numbers. I'm like, huh? Let's go over the podcast numbers and see what's been popping, what our listeners like to hear, so that we can know what they need, what we need to be bringing to the table every time we turn around. So it's like, I'm like, you know what? I ain't never thought of that. Yeah, let's go over these podcast numbers real quick. We would go over the numbers, like figuring out what was best, what was gonna work the best. And I think my favorite was, like she said, there were so many, but one of my favorites would have to be when she was her utmost pettiest, at her pettiest level, because when we interviewed Pastor Teddy Cross at the Gospel Keynotes, because this girl right
But you
here,
didn't come down. You ain't come down. He told you to come down. I told you could have stayed at my house and did that. You was his biggest fan.
oh my God, look, this girl right
I
here,
said you could have stayed at my house. I would have got you an Airbnb if you didn't want to do that.
look, this girl right here was like, we interviewed Pastor Teddy Cross, and anybody that knows me knows that when it comes to quartet music, one of my all-time favorite groups is the Gospel Keynotes. Now, this man had been with the Gospel Keynotes for years. So I'm hitting him with these questions, and he's like, I forgot about that. And I'm like, man, look, I'm a quartet head. Like when it comes to the keynotes, I know my history when it comes to that. And Hannah's over here like, so can he just be a part of your fan club? Because at this point, this man knows all the history that there is to know about you guys. And like I said, another thing that I respect with her was when she came to me and she brought the roots facts of the day. And I love that because of the simple fact of let's be all the way real on this show, y'all. Our history as African Americans, our history is most of the time short lived and soon forgotten. They are not going to teach it in schools. So it is up to us to teach our children and our young people that there's more to Black history than Rosa Parks, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and slavery. There's more to it than that. There's more to it than the civil rights movement. We have to teach them about all of this other stuff as well so that they know where we came from, so that we do not repeat the same mistakes again. And y'all trust me, we're gonna get back to that as well. So I will, like I told Hope, I always have respect for Hannah as well because of the simple fact of she came on to the show when at a point where I needed her the most. Like there was times where like I was struggling, didn't know which direction I was gonna go in. One text to Hannah, yo sis, I need you tonight. Say no more. I got you. She was always ready, prepared to go live with me. She went live with me 3 times as just a regular guest on the show. Then, for most 3 times of going live with me as a guest on the show, she became an alternate co-host to the show, just like a fill-in co-host. If I wasn't available or Hope wasn't available, that would be who we would go with. She spent 2 episodes of that, and then from there, it just became common knowledge that this needed to be the one that we needed to bring in as the co-host because she was going to take the show to another level that we hadn't been to before, and I will always respect her for that. And she still has my back to this day. She will still text my phone to this day, giving me advice on stuff, and I always will respect her for that because she didn't have to do that. And let me be real with y'all. Y'all, the ones that are doing that came on this show did it for free. Hannah did it for free. Hope did it for free. They wasn't getting paid for doing this show. We was doing this out of the goodness of our heart because we knew this was something that was needed in our community.
Well, I want to say, Hope, if you would have any last words to James, anything that you want to wish for him for the future.
Yeah, Hope. Hannah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Hannah, I'm
I
sorry.
was like, wait, is she on? Then I don't see her.
I'm sorry.
You're good. So I just wish he has continued success and he keeps growing keep with your brand, stay consistent. If it gets hard, just keep pressing because this is you.
That's right. I am so sorry. Thank you so much, Hannah. We appreciate you so much. When I tell you, I cannot stop saying thank you enough because the structure and the organization, you can tell the shift that happened, and you can tell like each time James is like getting better and better and better, and the show is like being perfected. Even with the logo, I love that. I think that
Yeah.
came in with you as well, right?
Hold on.
Yeah, I
The
had him get
logo
green
being behind
screen.
us doing the show came from that one
Hannah.
right there.
Listen, I already knew. Listen, I
Look,
wasn't saying it,
it
but I
came
already
from
knew.
Hannah. It came from Hannah. She was the one telling me you need to stop being cheap on your money on buying this little cheap stuff that you don't need and spend the money on something that's going to make the show even better and take it to another level. So that being done came from Hannah. So I
I
will.
already knew. Listen, I'm sorry about the H's, but James, you brought a hope in the Hannah, and I'm sorry,
Yes. Look,
but
and it was back to
but
back.
it
Hope
cannot
and
be.
Hannah.
It cannot be. Like like I said, each time I could see the progression of what God was doing with James as well as each individual host. I think one more thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna if you want to say something else, I'm gonna let you say something else, and then we'll let you go. But whenever there is transition and there is a time where you have to do something else, I remember my pastor saying one time that exits don't always mean that there's an ending, but sometimes it means that there's a new beginning. And I am so excited about your baby. I'm excited about what God is doing with you and what he will continue to do with you. And remember, exits always don't mean endings.
I received that. Thank you.
Amen.
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 Y'all have a
Amen.
good night.
Love you, sis. And you
Love
have
you
a
too.
great night too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Y'all, we are waiting on the next one to come on. She should be coming on shortly. I did text her to let her know that she's up.
James, I got a trivia question for you while we're waiting.
Okay.
Okay. So, in the beginning, when you first started, what was the date and what was the time when you was doing it?
Oh my goodness. It was on Mondays, I know. And I
What
want to say,
time?
huh?
What time?
I want to say we was doing it at 6 o'clock on Monday nights.
6 o'clock on Monday night. When
I
I tell
thought
you,
so.
I remember I was leaving work and I was like, why did I say I wanted to do it at 6 o'clock? But it worked out. Like it would every time it would be like perfect. I'll be there like right on the dot. But I was like, why did I say I want to do it at 6? And then I think I started giving you my information. I was like, James,
Yes,
you
you
could do it.
did. You
You
did.
you you got it. But I
You
think that's when
did. And then it was like,
you changed it to 7 then, I think.
yeah, I changed it to 7:45 at that point. And let me tell a funny story, y'all. There was a time where even when this is how much Andrea walks with me. Her and another one of our sisters, which is not on here tonight, but Janine Lamb. This is when I knew that these two had my back no matter what. When I just talked about that interview that we did with Pastor Teddy Cross,
Mm-hmm.
we had him set up to come on StreamYard. So
Yeah.
Andrea had been on me and told me never do an interview without doing a test one first with your guest to make sure that they can log in. I didn't do one with him. He comes on here the day of the show, about 10 minutes before we supposed to go live. And when I tell you there was so much static and feedback, you couldn't see his video for nothing. I'm like, this ain't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. So we had to log out. I'm hitting up Andrea. I'm like, sis, I need your help. She wasn't responding quick enough. I had to hit up Janine. Sis, I need your help. Andrea responded first. What's up? What you need? I need your Zoom information to log in so that I can do this interview. Say no more. I got you. She sent me the Zoom information. For some reason, her information would not work.
Oh Lord.
Janine sent me her Zoom information. I log in, we get it done. But I can honestly tell y'all that night I realized that these girls had my back and they was going to walk with me no matter what. And I will always respect them for that. So I got a question for you. Trivia question for you.
Okay.
When Monday Movement first got started,
Mhm.
was we originally gonna do Facebook Live, or was we just gonna do one other site? What site did we first say that we was gonna start off on doing?
Instagram.
Yep, it was Instagram, and we
Yeah.
was just gonna go live on Instagram on Monday nights on
Mhm.
there, and
Yeah.
Andrea taught me into bringing it to Facebook Live.
Was it
Everything,
me?
yes, it was. Everything that I know as far as producing shows, doing shows, and as far as getting everything set up for shows, I learned from Miss Andrea Perry. I learned from her.
He has exceeded everything that I taught him, and he has went well beyond. And I was telling James the other day, I was like, okay, so you got to teach me this. Oh, you got to teach me this. James is all like, he is shot up way far past me. And I am so proud of, like, when you have somebody who wants to learn and then they take the knowledge and then they learn more. That's like a teacher's dream.
Yeah, like she definitely was the one that got all of it started and got us to where we are right now. And I want to give another shout out to someone that isn't on the show tonight while we're waiting, and that is Pastor Persephone Greer. Because if y'all love the theme song that y'all hear for We'll Talk Monday, that was done by none other than my sister, Pastor Persephone Greer. And when I tell y'all she killed that theme song,
Yes.
she killed it. I just
Yes.
told her what I was looking for, and with no hesitation, she was like, "Say no more. I got you."
I love it. I love it.
And while we're waiting on the other one to come on, we do have Miss Daisy
Come on
on
in,
with
Daisy.
us. So let's just go on to Daisy
Can
while
I
we're
read? Can I
waiting.
read a quick bio for Daisy? I know you
Go
didn't give
on
me
ahead.
nothing, but you know I got a little something.
Go on ahead. Go
Daisy,
on ahead.
Dacia, Miss Mitchell. I really, really, really am so thankful for her presence. I'm thankful for what she gives and what she does. Um, we call her our resident wellness expert.
Amen.
And not just wellness for your physical man, but also your spiritual man. One thing that Daisy is going to do is she's going to drop knowledge and she is going to give you power and she's going to give you wisdom for the kingdom of God and for this natural body. She has amazing products on diffusion. I love, love, love those shots. And she also has some good stuff that I haven't tried yet, but I do. I'm going to try. I'm gonna ask her if she could bring some when we go to Atlanta.
Mhm.
Two things. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is because y'all gotta go to the site and order. But it's two things that I want to order. And I'm gonna ask her if she could bring it on the plane. But without further ado, put your hands together in the comments for Miss Daisy. Woo.
What up, sis?
We can't hear you, sis.
Y'all know she always got her mic on mute.
There
Because
she
listen,
go.
I don't want no slip ups, okay? So I just keep it on mute.
Come on, sis. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing amazing. How are you guys doing tonight?
We are
good.
super
We are
excited.
good.
Yes.
I am so thankful that James has you in his life as well as Real Talk Monday. The addition, with bringing you on. Why did you say yes to James?
So when James initially asked me, I was at a place where I don't want to say sheltered. I'm still that person, but I was very reserved, shy. And so I know God was challenging me by bringing James into my life to ask me to do these things and to do the show. I know what God's spoken to me.
Yeah.
And so my prayer to God was just like, okay, God, I'm ready to just surrender. Just give me an open door and a platform.
Yeah.
And so then here comes James. So that was clear answer to what God spoke to me. And I know he aligned it up with James. So when he asked me, I was just like, all right, God, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. That and Uncle James don't take no. He just
no, Uncle James. Uncle James don't take no for answer. He'll ask you, you'll say no to this, and he'll ask you about something else.
Exactly. Because let me be, the reason why I do that is because when I see greatness in somebody, I refuse to let them sit down on their greatness. I refuse to let them do that. I do not care how comfortable you are with sitting down on your greatness. If you show me that you got greatness in you, I'm about to pull it out and I'm about to let God use it for his glory.
That's right.
And my thing is, what I love about this show is it's like an open door to so many people. Even if they don't stay long on the show, it's like it opens that door for them so that they can go further and do more things.
I love that. And I was telling James that I feel like the Real Talk Monday has really began to be a community that has like had all these branches and all these people coming off of it. Can you tell us whether it was a show that you was on or whether it was a show that you watched? What was your favorite episode
of Real Talk Monday?
Mm-hmm.
I was on one of the very first season.
Yes, it was right after COVID, right after I caught COVID.
Yeah, this was, I think, a year after being in my business, I believe it was, where he asked me to come, and he knows I work out and stuff like that. So he asked me to come and do health and wellness on that session. I do watch. I watch on every outlet. I'm on YouTube. I'm watching it on YouTube. I'm commenting there. I'm on Facebook. I'm commenting there. So I would say my favorite show was actually one of the recent ones. I forgot the young lady name, but I remember the topic where they were speaking of what we're facing right now with the women's rights and abortion.
Yeah.
So that was one of, because that topic actually went extended long, and because I still up to this day have that conversation with, I'm in the medical field, and it's like every day we're talking about it, and it's all over the news, and it was near and dear to my heart. Not that I've been in that situation, but it's just different things to look at. So that was my favorite show.
Yes, I can really, really like feel like the show gave Real Talk Monday like a different level of substance. Having that show literally, and I was in and out, but I watched a little bit and piece of it. But I remember the lady saying one thing, and I was like, I think the awareness is where we should not. It's like sometimes we can minimize awareness, and I think we should maximize it. So I am thankful for this platform and thankful for the voice that it gave to those ladies that if you didn't watch, go back and check it out. And if you remember the show, you know what we're talking about.
Definitely. I think that was one of the first shows that I did that was like an hour long because
Mhm.
we had a discussion previously about this show, and I knew with that topic right there alone, I knew that topic was going to be one that was going to be longer than 30 minutes. We wasn't going to hit everything in 30 minutes. Even within an hour, you wasn't hitting everything. Like there was so much more that you could hit on. If I had to pick my favorite episode of Real Talk Monday ever, dang, there's so many. I would probably have to say my favorite one was the panel discussion that I just did last Monday. It was
Okay.
Brian Thomas,
Mm.
Miss Tevis, Miss Tevis, and
Yes.
Miss Daisy was on that panel. And when I tell y'all, that discussion went on for about an hour. And
I think
it was,
anytime Brian talk is gonna be probably an hour.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And we had a much needed discussion on toxicity and
Mm.
toxicity in relationships and dealing with that. So that's was probably one of my favorites. What I love about Will Talk Monday is we can have the fun conversations and the funny conversations, but we can also have those serious conversations where a lot of platforms are running away from those conversations. One thing that I can say about Weapons AC3 Ministries with a lot of the shows that we do, We'll Talk Monday, The Godly View, a lot of the other ones, we don't run away from those conversations. We embrace those hard hitting conversations because it's needed.
That's
Because
right.
let's be all the way honest. The world is talking about it. Why can't this hurt?
That's why it's called real.
Exactly. So before I let Daisy go, I want to do a little video announcement that I want y'all to check out of what y'all can expect coming from Will Talk Monday in this upcoming season as we check this out. So we about to play this video right about now.
What is up? 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 What's up with you? What is up? What is up? What is up? It's only up from here. What is up? What is up? What is up? Let's go. What is up? What is up? What is up? Real talk. Real talk. What is up? What is up? What is up? Real talk. Real talk. Monday. Tune in to Real Talk Monday with Reverend James H. Glover III, a godly show that keeps it real. What is up? 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 What's up with you? What is up? What is up? What is up? It's only up from here. What is up? What is up? What is up? Let's go. What is up? What is up? What is up? Real talk. Real talk. What is up? What is up? What is up? Real talk. Real talk. Monday. Tune in to Real Talk Monday with Reverend James H. Glover III, a godly show that keeps it real. What is up? 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 What's up with you? What's up with you? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up?
So y'all, as y'all clearly saw on there, not only do we finally have two new co-hosts in Miss Daisy Mitchell, which will be coming on twice a month to rock with us, but Miss Tevis Haney will be coming on twice a month to rock with us too. And also, if you tune in to the Real Talk Monday podcast, you will get to hear words of affirmation coming from none other than your purpose pusher, Miss Andrea Perry. So all of that is coming very soon. So we excited. We are excited. And as well as a couple of other announcements, but I'll say back till the end of the show.
Let me just say that video you just played was looking so official. Okay. That thing was lit.
Ma'am, that was all God. That was all God. And Andrea should be back shortly, but Daisy, I thank God that you said yes to being my co-host. Even though I really didn't give you an option, but you say yes. Like you could have been like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I would have to respected it. But I was gonna keep coming for you until you finally
with something else.
exactly. As well as y'all check it out. The Steve Harvey Morning Show isn't the only place that you'll be able to write in letters now. The Steve Harvey Morning Show isn't the only place that you can write in letters now to get advice. You can also write in to realtalkmonday1@gmail.com. And once a month, Daisy and I will read a letter that was written to us on air and give advice the best way that we can. So y'all never know. So definitely, we probably gonna start that in probably about December because I will make this announcement now. In November, I will be logging off of social media for the month and taking a much needed break. And
That's good.
so I'll be taking a break in November, but December, y'all trust me. And even though I'm off in November, trust me, I'm still gonna be working on something.
Don't work.
Look, I can't help it. I got to.
But
So
that's
y'all
not what
stay tuned.
God said.
I know what God told me to do. So I'll probably take a break for a
So
while.
listen to him. Listen to God.
I'll take a break for a while, but y'all trust and believe me, when Real Talk Monday comes back in December, we're gonna come back even stronger than ever. So y'all look out for that. I can't wait. I've already had conversations with Daisy and Tevis. We're excited about what God is going to do with We'll Talk Monday with them being on the team as my co-host. I am thankful to God for both of them because I really feel that with the both of them young ladies, they're going to take the show to another level that we never imagined the show going to. And I'll make this announcement now. As a matter of fact, within in December when we come back, you will also be able to catch We'll Talk Monday on the radio. Stay tuned. I will be announcing and putting out a flyer about what station we will be on. We will be on a station out of the Atlanta, Georgia area.
Okay.
So y'all stay tuned for that. And stay tuned. We're working on some TV possibilities where we might be on TV. So y'all stay tuned. We're just waiting on God to give us the okay to go and do what he wants us to do. Because I will be honest, we've had opportunities for radio before and no disrespect, but they wanted to change everything that Real Talk Monday stood for. And I'm not with that. If it's not going to be God focused and we're not able to do what God wants us to do, that opportunity ain't for us. So I'm excited that the one that is looking at us for TV and the one that's looking at us that wants us for radio, I'm excited that both of them understand what God is doing with this show and don't want to change a thing about it, but just want to continue to grow it. So I'm excited.
I love that. I am so excited. I do want to share one of my favorite shows. Was when you had Queen Dynamite on.
Oh yeah, yes, yes. That's one of my good friends and my sisters right there. Yeah.
I love her. I love her voice. I think one time she just came on and she sung. And
You was
another
actually
time,
on that panel at night when she sung. Yeah.
she came on and she spoke about some things that she had been through in her life and her life story. And she is a dynamic woman, and her being on that platform, I think it was called, was it Super Ego or
Alter ego.
Alter Alter Ego. With her being on that show, she was amazing. I was like,
Oh yeah.
she's hand down the winner. She the winner. She
Oh
the
yeah.
winner.
She was, and I can honestly say, y'all, that one right there, I never knew her until we did the interview until we did the pre-interview for the show. And once we did that pre-interview for the show, we automatically became connected. We built that bond so much to the point to where we talk at least 1 or 2 times a week. Where like
Awesome.
we have that bond where like if she needs something from me, I got her back, and if I need something from her, she got my back. And one more shout out that I want to give is to Lynn White, Miss Lynn White. She wasn't able to come on tonight. She was having some technical difficulties, but the first major interview that I did with a major gospel artist was with Miss Evelyn Tarantine AG. And
Woo! That was a good one.
that interview would not have happened if it would have not been for Miss Lynn White. So I want to give her a shout out and kudos as well, and thank her for just believing in Real Talk Monday as much as she did, because
Oh,
she definitely opened the door for a lot of that.
yes. And then I think after that, you start having all kinds of people in the quartet community, the gospel
Oh yeah,
community.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, look at James, you
It was like
better.
after that, she opened the door for Pastor Teddy Cross. She opened the door for a Elder Michael Boone, um, for so many others. Just to name a few, Kenneth Talley.
Yeah.
Just to name a few, those are just three off the top of my head that I can think of. But those that a lot of that wouldn't have happened if it would have not been for Miss Evelyn Tarantine AG coming on and uh, being who she was and being the woman of God that she was. And it wouldn't have happened without Lynn White basically getting with Miss Evelyn's manager and letting her know that we have a show that could possibly be great for her. So I appreciate her as well.
That is awesome. Well, I just have a couple words that I want to leave with James. One thing that I have admired about James is his tenacity, his determination, and his spirit to hear God and listen. I know sometimes it's hard for James. I know sometimes James like, I don't know, I want to do this. But at the end of the day, James he's an obedient son. He's an obedient son to God. And I pray that as you go forward, that you take those things that you learn with Hope, that you take those things that you learn with Hannah, and that you take everything that you're even experiencing now with Tevis and with Daisy, where you'll have those weekly meetings, where you'll have that structure, or bi-weekly meetings,
Yeah,
having
Bob
that
Weekly, yeah.
bi-weekly meetings to have that structure and to keep the vision alive. Don't allow the vision of Real Talk to die. Continue, continue, continue on. This is just the beginning. And remember what I said in the beginning to Hannah, sometimes when people exit, that doesn't always mean an ending, but it does mean a new beginning for you.
Hey
I love
man,
you, James.
I love y'all too, and I can honestly say, that for a minute when we was going through the switch ups of the lineups of the co-host after Hannah left, I can honestly say I had to pray that I had to pray on if I was really wanting to even do Will Talk Monday anymore. I'm like, God, is this the end of Will Talk Monday? Like, what's next? Like, I don't have a co-host. What do I need to do? And during that time, what happened was God opened the doors for me to do interviews with a lot more of these quartet artists that I absolutely love and that I looked up to growing up. And now that I'm not saying that season's over with because we'll still do some of those interviews as well, but we can kind of get back to the structure of what Will Talk Monday was originally about. Now that I have some powerful co-hosts on here with me that are gonna hold their own, that can definitely hold me accountable, let me know when I'm doing too much, and like pull my strings. Like, yo, slow down. We got to slow it down a little bit, and I appreciate them for that. And I just thank God for that season of growth that I went through. Because if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't be where I am now. So I thank God for that season of growth and can't wait to see where He takes us now. So the other young lady, she just texted me. She is sorry that she was not able to get on tonight. Her child ended up getting sick, so she was unable to get on. We understand that. So y'all definitely, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us on the night, and we know it was a different day than what we normally go live on, but I felt like this was a day of celebration that needed to happen. So I thank God for y'all for rocking with us on the night. Stay tuned. We will be back again with another episode very soon, and not a Will Talk Monday announcement, but stay tuned tomorrow night on the Godly View, aka Soul Sisters page, which I have two of my sisters from the Soul Sisters on here with me on tonight. They will be going live tomorrow night talking about breast cancer awareness. So y'all definitely stay tuned to that show. They have an awesome show planned for y'all tomorrow night. And as I always say as I close out, sometimes our disappointments are nothing more than God's appointments, meaning, Daisy done raised their hand. What's up?
I know I'm going to be hosting with you, but I just wanted to, because it's your anniversary, right? So I just
Mhm.
wanted to drop some encouraging words for you because I know you're about to go into isolation in the month of November.
Yes.
God, I just want you to know that God appreciates you for being such a faithful servant. It may not be always easy, but he is at awe with how humble you are, with your directions of what he gives you. And though it may it may be uncomfortable, like him challenging you to do the show by yourself, he had to do that first before all these new big opportunities that are coming now. He had to get you comfortable with yourself, because with those big opportunities, it may not always be a co-host. It may be times where you had to do, you have to do those things on your own. So he had to equip you and get you comfortable with you, and the light being just on you and you maneuvering a show with just James, because he gave you the vision. Other people are coming along and you're pushing them to their purpose, but he initially gave you this vision. So you got to be comfortable with it first. Continue to be a light in this community, in the market field, in and out of Real Talk Monday. Continue to serve God with your humble heart, even when you're frustrated beyond measures. You are still grounded in it. And because of that, God will continue to blow your mind. When you come out of the isolation in November, he is going to open up so much more doors, but you have to be obedient, completely shut out as he asked you to do, and not because he can see. God can see. You can't put nothing past him. But God is so happy with the work that you have been doing on his behalf. Continue to show out for God, and he will continue to show out for you. Thank you for giving me all the opportunities that you have been stretching me with God's directions to do. I appreciate the opportunities of being a co-host twice a month, and so many other shows that I've been on. I've really opened up as an individual, being more vocal, with you challenging me to do these opportunities. So I just want to thank you, and I want to say blessings and more blessings and more blessings. I love you.
I love you too, sissy. I love you. And I love y'all for rocking with us as hard as y'all rock with us. We appreciate y'all. Like I said, y'all pray for me, because anybody that knows me, isolation ain't something that I like. And let me give y'all one more shout out. This one right here, Daisy Mitchell. She stayed on me when I knew that she had my back, was when I had COVID. When I tell you, many people text me, many people checked on me, many people was right there with me, but this one didn't miss a day. This one was on my phone telling me what I needed to do. This one was on my phone telling me to get up, get out of bed, move around a little bit, even when I didn't feel like it. So that is why I will always have love and respect for her. And I can't wait to work with her and Tevis coming here soon. I cannot wait to hear these words of affirmation that Andrea is going to drop. And like I said, y'all stay tuned. Like I said, we're dropping the Will Talk with James and Daisy on every once a month. We're going to drop that starting in probably December. We'll start that then. And you can email your letters to Will Talk Monday 1 at gmail.com. And we will definitely read them on air. And y'all stay rocking with us. I promise y'all, we got so much that we're about to release. This is just a snippet of what we're about to release in 2023. Y'all get ready, because more is coming. I just can't announce it just yet. We're waiting on the confirmation on it, but until God gives the confirmation, y'all just gotta enjoy those little sneak peeks that y'all just got on the night. So I love y'all, and there ain't nothing y'all can do about it. And I will see y'all again on Monday. Love y'all. Peace.